the moment. Yeah. Oh, okay. Alright, so I started the stream a little bit earlier just because I am using Streamlabs and I am not used to Streamlabs. So yeah, that's what happens when when you're learning a new thing. But at least as you can see now we have a webcam as well. And I need my glove. Hello fratello, hey, ma che fai Simone, ma che fai, come sta? Howdy there, how was your day? My day was good. Well, yeah, I was mostly walking around with my dad, helping him out with things, doing some medical things. Oh, wrong tool. But it was fine. How about you guys? Come va? Oh shit, wrong tool. Yeah, it's just doing old people stuff, helping, stuff like that. Bit depressing. It's hard to see old people growing older, but it was fine nonetheless. Here, Robert, I'll just join, but probably silent because I'm doing some dishes. All right, Jonathan, no problem. Usually when I join, it's funny because whenever I do these live streams, I'm trying to, oh, come on, people, just be active, say something. But then whenever I join other people's live streams, I'm always quiet. I just enjoy the person talking and then the chat asking things, but I'm usually busy with something else. I just like it in the background. It's rare that I am participating, so I shouldn't be asking people stuff. Yeah. As for today, I'm just doing Max. I don't have anything particular in mind. I've been watching a lot of Gundam, not Gundam, Gundam. I guess that's the proper pronunciation. Maybe I don't know, but I've been watching a lot of it now. Before I came on vacation, I watched the Gundam 1, 2, and 3 movies on Netflix, like the really old ones, like 83, if I'm correct. And then I watched Char's Revenge as well. And I also watched, which one? UC, so Unicorn. And also somewhere in there, I watched Hathaway, which is the brand new OVA. And now somebody told me to watch the 8th MS group, and I really enjoy that as well. So yeah, I'm really into drawing robots. So if you guys don't mind, I guess we're gonna do some sort of robot stuff today. But as always, feel free to ask questions. I like asking questions. Well, no, I like answering questions. I like helping you guys out if you have any questions. Jonathan, what's up? Hey, what's up with the dishes, man? Here's an idea for a drawing. What about a Gundam mech dropship, like an avatar? Okay, we can roll with that. I like dropships in general, so I can definitely roll with that. Um, let me maybe. Okay, let me. I like. I can do a little bit of. Let's because I'll do it right here and then you guys see it. I just want to look up dropships. I like to get. Actually, it's smarter if we come to Pinterest. Um, Search, and we'll do dropships here. Thank you, Jonathan. Very, very kind of you for dropping that in there. Dropship. Let me see what we can find here. That's okay. That's the wrong one. Maybe let's add sci-fi. And I think with that we fixed it. Okay. And just let's see if I find something that's interesting enough. So we have a lot of like generic stuff. This one is somewhat generic. I don't want to go that. I want something like this is quite interesting. I like this quite a bit. So if we go into this direction, I like stuff with wings as well. Let me see if I can do something with this. Okay, so basically we would have, let me do a box, because as you guys know I love boxes, and this box would be, let's say this is like not a big carrier, but it's like, since I was talking about the eighth group, is a group of carrying 3 Gundams, just like three, it doesn't need to be Gundam, we can also just stick with mobile suits, and then we would need something around it, some sort of propulsion in the back, and some sort of, maybe in the sides or also in the front, we would need cockpit and crew quarters. It doesn't need to be super comfy crew quarters. Transform, make it a bit smaller just so I can play around with it. Also, why do I have this head here? This head is not important for us. All these things, I can get rid of these. Clear. There we go. Let me switch to here. Okay, so I like that. Okay, no, there's the brush. I like that hammerhead sort of thing that the dropship had there. Yeah. Oh, can we not do that? I press something. Let's just keep this open so I don't have issues there. Okay. So it would come like this, and it had the wing sort of thingies there, and then we can obviously make that a little bit bigger. Now I want to combine this. I don't just want to copy this, of course, not at all. I want to combine this a little bit with those, like I really like the, I'm not good at drawing them, but those Star Wars dropships from, what was it, Clone Wars? I have no idea how it looks, but they had like that big hole, and they had those round things. So it would be cool if like this could be like cockpit. And I'm just gonna, like with most things, I enjoy making it a little bit asymmetrical. But I'm thinking maybe I could just drop in. So I introduced this app once to you guys. It's Artsturio Pro, and I like it quite a bit. I try to work more with it. As much as I like Procreate for quick sketching, I find this to be better when I do client work because it's a little bit closer to Photoshop. But that also means that I need a bit more time to learn it and get used to it because it has more tools. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe it would be smarter of me if I would drop in some reference because I'm a little bit, just a bit, lost. So let's see if I can go to the source. There we go. Oh, this is actually the back. See, this is what I like. I don't care that it's the back. I'm going to do copy. I'm going to use it as the front. This is cool. This is funny because it actually is this ship, but from the back. And from the front, I would have said, okay, it's a bit of a generic. No, it's nice drop ship. I wouldn't say anything bad about it, but I want to do something a bit more weird. So let's paste it in here. Whoa, Mr. Slightly big, huh? You don't need it to be that big. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back. Hey Lavaget, welcome to the stream. We are still doing Eastern European streams, which means that I'm using the iPad, but at least now I have a webcam. I decided not to do music because it was quite bad. I'm pretty sure that that the audio quality is still not fantastic because my iPad is relatively, well, not just relatively, it is old. It's a 2012 model, and I can hear it trying to take off. It's making so much noise. Um, let's just take this one. This is a bit, again, I do call these generic, but also I like this very much, this sort of design. copy, and let's go back here. Maybe we can go one more back and paste it in here. Oh, I didn't copy. That's great. Well, that's that, I guess. We'll take a different one. Oh, it was similar to this one. Here, I like this one. I like this one actually a lot. I didn't remember this from Detroit. Copy, I said. Let's see. Paste. There we go. It's not so hard. You could have done this the first time around when I asked you to do this. And let's agree with this. Okay, let's collect one or two. So the cool thing about this is that some of this we could do like they had the motherships. Well, I don't know if they call them motherships, but the Gundams were like launched a little bit like from aircraft carrier. They had like a when they were like standing and then just jumping off cool into the air. I really like that. This looks cool from far. Let's take this, and then the previous one, there was one before it, I like that as well. Okay, a lot of advertisement. Copy, let's see, did we do a good job? Paste, yes, thank you. Edit, transform. I'm just gonna do this and cut off the side of it, because I don't need that. Okay, clear, there we go. And now let's take the last one. I just saw this with the corner of my eye as I was going into this one. Where are you? This one. Because it looks very... Oh, this is cool as well. No! Now I see more and more cool ones. So this is the stuff. See, this is where I should have come first. Like, this sort of stuff I really like. Because it just looks bulky. It doesn't look fast. It looks utilitarian. So this sort of thing... I can roll with. And then we're gonna take this one as well. Just steal it in here. Paste, edit, transform, make it smaller. This can be quite a bit smaller. Doesn't need to be. I feel like everything could have been a bit smaller here. Okay, last one. This one that I wanted to steal. What's going on? Oh no. There we go. I pressed something. This is what happens when you give old people. Can we copy this? There we go. Okay. And now technically we don't need Pinterest anymore, because I'm just gonna use these and do something with them. Let me see. So select and select, merge selected, edit, transform, make them a bit smaller as well, and then select and select, and then move these closer here. Can I transform them? Oh yes, I didn't need to merge them necessarily. It's fine. I can still merge selected and merge down. Okay, so now all my references are on one layer, and I can move them as I please. Hey Raducci, welcome. welcome. By the way, guys, how is the audio quality compared to last time? Because I switched the microphone to my webcam. So that is the difference now. And I'm curious if it's okay-ish or not. Give me some feedback on that now, bitte. Hey Artsy Aki. It's pretty good, Raducci says. Okay, thanks. I can live with that. So let me push this layer on top of it, just because I know every now and then I will want to. So I want to work a little bit with this here. So which means that we're going to have, it is supposed to be a drop ship, but it could be like some sort of launch ship as well. Why not? and we could have like 1, 2. That's the sort of the hanger, and then it goes together again here, and then 1, 2 again, and then we can make this a little bit more into a wing. And it's really not working, but we're not gonna give up. What we're doing is that we're not gonna give up. We're just gonna work on this. By the way, Robert, the mech suit you already drew on this page, would it be able to be dropped from the ship, or would it have to be modified with a parachute or jetpacks? Also, audio is good. Okay, thanks. Yeah, it would need, so because what I would do, let's talk about this a little bit, is let me make a new layer. Let me choose red. So if I would think about functionality, I would do probably something like put some sort of jets here in the front, and then jets, so it would be like jets here and jets here, and then maybe some sort of jets on the arm as well, just so it can guide itself a little bit. And then as it would fall, where do I, so it looks something like this, right? If we just draw it on the side, so it would extend its legs as much as it could, and then it would, with the arms it would, and then here you would have like the always make noises, so it would just guide itself down, basically like the latest Elon Musk rockets. That's what I would do. But because I was thinking of this more like maybe it was a working mech, and then it would be repurposed, because like this arm here, this is still like a heavy duty working arm, and here the idea was that we have like 2 miniguns here. It's just for some reason I always draw in super low resolution, so the idea here was that it's like 2 miniguns that can go back into like this housing here, and then it still has these sort of clamps that it can hold stuff with. So that was the idea. It's like a retrofitted, previously working mech that is now has to work also as like a small defense unit. Really nothing to write home about, because it's not really, it doesn't have armor or anything. But yeah, just to hold off the enemy while the proper forces come, or people can evacuate, something like that. That was the main idea. Well, since I'm here, I can also just continue here. So what's really cool about this, and I don't like here, is that the whole top part of this one is sort of like very flat, and I lost that flatness by adding that angle. So if I would just add these sides, and like this still could stay like sort of a launching ramp, like we can signalize that by adding these sort of things. So our Gundam would shoot out here and then just land somewhere. And then let's see what else we can steal. Like these giant engines are freaking cool. I like that. And now the question, like I would want to put them here in the back just because it's aerodynamic, but we can mess up the proportions if we add them here. And I'm curious how it would look with like some ginormous, stupid ass, ugly engines here. You guys know that I like these stupid designs sometimes. They just make my heart very happy. Artsy Eki asks how I am. Hey man, I'm very good. Well, not very good, but I'm good. I'm visiting my dad. Uh, I haven't, I wasn't able to come home due to the whole global situation in 2 years, and he was missing me quite a bit. Um, I don't think people are asking me, but I'll just share a little bit of story. I'm a late child, which means that my dad is relatively old. He was born before the Second World War. So he was born in 38. So yeah, he's not really a young whippersnapper anymore. So he needs a little bit of help here and there, and it is not easy leaving him here alone, because yeah, I'm living in a different world and doing different things, and most of the time he also doesn't quite understand what I'm doing, because I studied engineering, and he just likes to say that I'm doing engineering, but yeah, I'm not really doing engineering anymore. But yeah, other than that, it's just I'm happy. It's nice to see him. It's nice to be here with him. Okay, let me take away this underlayer. Um, better than your Samsung. Better than this. I didn't even know that the 360 has a mic. I yeah, actually I don't have a 360 anymore. Last time I drew the controller on one of these videos, and it wasn't. I thought it was a 360, but no, it was already the X-Bone one. So yeah, it shows you how much I know. Can hear crickets other than pretty good. No noise comparison. Good. What's the resolution of the display? The display is 1440 by 1080, so 1080p technically. It's just that this image, so if we look at image size, so it's double 180p. So like the normal resolution that you have on your computer times double, but then I zoomed in. So like this is maybe, I think this would be 180, 180, 180, 180, something like this. So it's not really high resolution. How can I use reference as a beginner? All I can see is greatness and not other things. Well, I am using reference. So this is what I showed you before here, like with this. Oh, okay. Let me come here. So with this image, I wanted to channel this one, and I wanted like this area here, I wanted this to be where my mechs are being so they're like kneeling there or whatever they're doing, and they're being shut off. But for that they also need like a big hanger where they would be. So that's what I drew here. So I took basically this whole thing and I just put it there, and I said okay, I also like this and like this sort of jet engines, but I don't just I want like the four, so I added four. So I sort of took the idea from here and I adjusted it and added those four things. And then I said, okay, I really don't like how this looks because it's really bulky. So I just started new and I said, okay, instead of just, oh, let's come up here. So instead of just doing like this sort of thing, I left these walls here and sort of contain or retain better. I retain this shape here, and then with that I can also say that they need this for aerodynamics or something. So if the winds blow when they shoot out the mechs, they don't fall off left or right. But I sort of took some more of this. And then I said, okay, I really like the big engines here. So I want to utilize those. And now I'm just trying to see where I can place them. So using reference is really just taking bits and pieces that you like in other designs and seeing it how you can apply it in yours. And yeah, very important, like don't copy every exact detail of this big engine. It's just, yeah, I'm taking a big engine, I'm putting it here, but I'm making it different. But for me, it's the proportions. Like maybe later I can come in and I can take, oh, this is a cool detail element, but I will not apply it to the engine, I will apply it to the different part. So it's really a lot of mixing and matching is how I use at least my references. Aerodynamics in space. Well, no, this is not space because where is he? Jonathan Driessen asked for a dropship. So it's like sort of still in atmosphere, right? That's the idea here. I will give him. Well, yeah, I will later. Like I don't know if he will comprehend that people from the internet are sending him greetings, but thank you. I will definitely tell him. um, you just finished playing Wingspan. All right, Kim. What is Wingspan? Please enlighten me because I don't know what it is. And now you made me curious. Sounds like a game about the wingspan of aircrafts. So if that's what it is, please tell me. Okay, I'm trying to rejig a little bit these engines. I might have to just drop this because Yeah, I start to dislike. You're right. It is this reminds me more of, yeah. Here it looks good for one person when they come out of there, but I still like the idea of the Gundams being just hung there. So let me just draw an upper Gundam body, angular, upper leg, lower leg, foot, upper arm, lower arm, tiny Gundam head. There we go. And then we have them like hanging like this. So that's the interesting part with when you do live streams, that when I do the Monday videos, I don't show sometimes all the copy paste all the ideation phases, because those can go on for a while. Okay, I did the wrong thing. Come on, copy, paste, and deselect, and oh, I just copied one. Guys, I copied this little thing. That's awesome. Merge. I still press the wrong things. I'm not that familiar still with this app. Okay, robots. That's different. Yeah, sorry. Ashmit saying, "Hey, Robert. I'm here after a long time." Well, welcome back, Ashmit. Nice to have you again with us. What you do when you can't think of shapes. So that's what I said. I look at shapes. Like, you don't have to think of shapes if you have so much reference in the world. You just look at something and get inspired. Yeah, okay, so let's say we have these three. Let's merge this down again. And this is quite big. I don't need them to be this big. The cool about this program, if you have a keyboard, an external keyboard, you can actually link it to it, and you can use like whatchamacallit, shortcuts, like with Photoshop and stuff. Atmospheric dropship. Could be that. Wingspan is a board game I bought a couple of weeks ago. It's a game where you collect birds, and at the end of the game, the person... That's fun. That seems like a fun little party game. Nice. How would the max be loaded then? Maybe a crane from below or a door on the front side back. Yeah, so the idea is that I would leave this area here open, and you would have the dropship around it. And something like this. Let me move this a bit back here. I like this. There we go. Now we're starting to go somewhere that I like more. This is more like it. Okay, so I need to dial this down a little bit because mechs are supposed to be big, right? So technically our dropships will be somewhat big as well. Okay. I still like the idea of having the four things. So we'd have one engine here, and then another engine here. And then we could have still like this helicopter type of wing there, and then some sort of, I'm thinking it would be cool if you have like railing here, and then people are like walking around here around them, like still if it's needed. That could work, but like I like this already quite a bit more. It's a bit more streamlined. I'm gonna steal probably some of this here. That I like quite a bit as well. Makes it a bit sexier, and we're always into the sexy business here. What do you work as in industry? So I work. I usually I tell this every stream. It seems like I have new people every stream. I help businesses uh, drawing out their ideas, their strategies, their visions for the future. So I do a lot of business drawings. People like to simplifying it. Oh, so then you do infographics. Not necessarily infographics because I do like I draw live when people have problems and they can't figure something out. I just draw along and I help visualize their ideas. And yeah, that's the main thing that I do for work. That brings in the bucks. And on the side, every now and then I do industrial design project. I do just an illustration job. All sorts of things. So okay, so we have the Gundams there. I was thinking, actually, I could push them a little bit higher, depending on the mechanism. There's no reason that it needs to be that low. Edit, transform. I just noticed that they might be not straight enough. So they could be hanging from there. And that's an okay with me. Then deselect. And technically you don't need to see the top of them, right? Like it could go something like that. And then they would be hooked in there. So I think Jonathan asked like how would you load them in? I was thinking that just that the plane has like it lands like this and they can walk in and then yeah with cranes they just get attached there. That would be something like that. And atmospheric dropship, I like that as well. So basically almost like you have a mothership somewhere in orbit or outside of orbit and then you just send this to the planet so it detaches these where they need to be. That could be anywhere on the planet. And I would probably try and add, let me see what sort of, if we have some, well we don't, yeah, we have propulsions here, so we don't really need propulsion there. Something like this. Did I miss any other questions? The only, Kim says, the only issue is that I keep on losing. Well, I also keep on losing with the girlfriend all the time, so welcome to the club. You might lose the game, but you keep the marriage. There you go. There you go. Do you think you would ever be as fast with drawing an iPad as your setup from home? I mean, yeah. Um, if I would, like, I feel like with Procreate, I'm a little bit faster even, but there's always a trade-off because Procreate is really fast, but it's like really good for sketching, and it's not so good for client work. I feel like where you have to like really go in, do some nitty-gritty changes, transformations. There's a whole ton of adjustments you can do here that Procreate doesn't give you. So this is sort of like my Photoshop away from Photoshop. And for this, yeah, it would be faster with a keyboard here. So depending what I want to do, I think I can be relatively fast with the iPad as well. Maybe not with this app, but yeah, as I said, I just since I'm using this app more and more, and I will be away for still a while, uh, and I still want to get a bit faster. I thought this might be a good time to get a bit faster with this. Okay, let's take this and make it a bit more. Well, before I take it into 3D, let's just do a top view, huh? For example, because I didn't work so much in this one, I didn't figure out if there is a mirroring tool here, but I'm not going to go into that right now. It's not that important. So, okay. It goes wider and wider, and at the end I would like it to come a little bit together again, so less wide. I like the wedge that this one has. That's pretty cool. And I like this little tail that that one has. So I want to bring it back to that little tail, and then we can have like these things here. And let me just move this a little bit lower because I want to give it some wingspan, shall I say that. Hey Muhammad, welcome to the stream. Thank you. We are doing just fine. Enjoying a nice summer evening and just sketching around a little bit, trying to see if we can do a Mac dropship. Yeah, something I like this, guys. I like this. And this is where we would have a little bit of a bulge, something like that. And then you would have the engines here. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, so that's the thing with touch screens. That is something that, as good as the touch screen is, I do like my Wacoms with no touch screen, because yeah, here if my hand touches the screen, it just goes a little bit AWOL every now and then. Okay, so I am going to get rid of this. Clear, and I am going to move these a little bit higher and maybe make it a bit smaller because we don't need it right now. Okay, also I don't need these explanation sketches, and I don't need my Mac sketches right now. There we go. Also I can switch away from the red color back to black. I would like to see business work in stream if possible. Yeah, maybe I'll do that one day. Most of the actual work that I'm doing is under NDA, so I can't really show that, but I could do something similar. We could come up with something. Okay, let me see. So I would say this is the tapered area, something like this. Then it comes a little bit higher like this. This is actually the fun part for me when I'm taking things to 3D, and I'm sort of, in my head at least, I'm sculpting it out, trying to see how this might work. Trying to see if my inspirations are still working, if I'm keeping the main thing of what I'm inspired by. We can pull this a little bit forward, maybe not. And then that's the opening. I'm seeing now that it becomes a little bit boring here in the upper body. Hopefully, when we add the engines with the wings, that will solve it. But we don't know yet. We'll see in a minute when I finish drawing it out. Are you streaming from your old room? Yeah, that's back there. That's a lot of, well, it's a lot of my parents' old books, but some of my books as well. Actually, let me show you something that I find at least is cool. That is my super old comic collection. They're all in Hungarian, so there's no reason like opening them. But yeah, that's a little bit of my pride right there. Yeah, it was really cool getting a glimpse of your dad. Really nice to spend such a nice long block of time. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it is really fun hanging out with him. You know how it is. Like, you like your parents. At some point, they also drive you crazy. But not having been around him for almost 2 years, yeah, none of the driving crazy parts have showed themselves just yet. So we're all good. I feel like it's a bit fat. Like I could trim it down a bit. I don't need to be that fatty boy. Hey Pavel, welcome to the street. Stream. Oh boy. Uh, what is it? So it's some Dutch time. This would be, I wouldn't have even started the stream, but here it is almost, well, it is 9:15. And being a morning person, I get loopy very, very quickly. I guess maybe that makes the streams also more interesting for you guys, that I'm a bit loopy and I talk nonsense. Who knows? At least that's how I try to justify my my nonsensical talk. Um, do you draw environments too, like scenes from new What If series is phenomenal? Have you seen it? What If from Marvel? I rarely draw sceneries. No, I love them. I would love to draw them, but somehow when I start drawing, I end up with a piece of furniture or a robot. So yeah, I don't know. I draw scenery whenever I'm outside, and I see with the buildings and whatnot. Then I do it. Otherwise, not that much. What would happen if we put the other one there? No, that looks stupid. I could move it a little bit lower, but maybe not that low. So I drew this one actually longer, so let's see how that works. Something like this and something like that. And I forgot something very important, to bring in some water for hydration. So I might step out just for a second. Jonathan Dreesen says, I haven't been active lately because I'm still very busy, but how's your VR headset working so far? I saw a cool Mac thing on Insta you posted. Also cool comics. I don't know if I posted comics, but the VR stuff is really fun. It's just, I like 3D, but I get bored. I don't like the how you model in 3D, but when you're inside of VR and you do the whole thing, that's really fun. I really enjoy it. So as soon as I'm home again and I can work on my proper computer, I will definitely do more stuff. Actually, because I use Gravity Sketch, I wanted to do some, like, because you can combine the two, Gravity Sketch on the iPad and in the VR. So I could do a lot of the pre-sketching on the iPad and do the more, um, hmm, this should come a little bit forward, do the more heavy surface work in the VR. But I don't know what happened since I came here to Romania. Like, it logged me out and it doesn't let me log into Landing Pad, which is the Gravity Sketch's sort of cloud interface. Okay. Well, what shall we say? I just, it's a little bit, looks a little bit pregnant. I'm not the biggest fan of that, so I'm gonna try and fix some of those pregnancy. Now, not that there's anything wrong with pregnancy, but I don't want my Mac carrier to be pregnant. How about that? Even though technically it is pregnant, right? Because it's carrying, like we said, 3 Gundams in it. So I don't know why I'm complaining. Where do you find inspiration for your sketches? Right now, I found them from these uh, amazing concept arts, and like I just went onto Pinterest and I saw what sort of interesting dropships there are, and I try to combine a little bit of stealing other people's ideas and make my own ideas out of them. That's the main thing. Okay, so this is I think like this, with this we can go somewhere, but it still needs quite a bit of work. Jean-Pierre Ruiz says, hi Robert, have you tried Artbreeder? It's a page where you can create random pics. I used it these days and got a ton of inspiration, robots and Mac designs. Totally recommend it. Okay, Artbreeder. We can take a quick look right now. Why not? I think it's an AI, right? I just heard something about this as well. Let me say start. No, I don't want to log in. I don't like that you have to log in everywhere. Like, why do they need all our data? And I know why, of course, because especially if it's an AI, it's a learning program, and it's helpful. But right now, I don't know why. I have more paranoid days and less paranoid days, and I guess this is one of the more paranoid days. But I will still try it out. It's just I don't want to waste time now on the stream by logging in. But it seems interesting. Like I think something you can do something like that on the Wacom as well. Perspective building and interior scenery would be too organic. I do interior and perspective quite often. 5. I'll work with 5. So let's see, what am I missing? Because I am missing. So first of all, I feel like these wings too thin. So we need something better there. So just gonna do this, copy and paste, and move it down here, merge it down, and deselect. And now, oh, I said go away. And now, let's try this again with a little bit of different wings. Yeah, so this is the ideation process. So you don't, the great ideas with great drawings, they come sometimes. When we draw chickens, that's when we have the great ideas. But most of the times you have to suffer through a little bit before the through things. So I'm looking at, we have these nice thick. I just feel when you're transporting Gundam, you will need something a bit more substantial. Berna, after a long time, hello Robert. Did I miss much? Oh no, you didn't. It's just a little bit of sketching around. We are doing a Gundam drop ship, dropping Gundams with it. And I ended up going a little bit aerodynamic, even though I was praising the non-aerodynamic designs before that. So, yeah, I guess I'm a hypocrite. There we go. I see a big chungus. It's not gonna happen. Just drop it. No big chungus. Time zone in Kenya is also 9:22. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for sticking with me at this nice, lovely, going to bed sort of time. Well, going to bed for old people like me. Looks a bit like a nosy Cessna. Yeah, I had that feeling that it does look a little bit like a Cessna. So I don't know if I want to change it because I do like that. I do like that in the end. Arbiter uses AI. You can use your Gmail, I did, but you can modify parents, like the pig has rocket, etc. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Okay, we're gonna do that in maybe one of the next live streams, because I'm gonna do that because it does sound quite fun. Okay, so this is one engine and this is another engine. I feel like adding in a little bit of industrial, like heavy duty reinforced something could look interesting as well. And let's add like 1 and 2, like air defense, like AA guns here and here. and nothing on the bottom. Maybe something on the bottom would make sense as well. So this is always a fight, not to draw, not to design something generic. And I feel like I did go back a little bit into the generic zone with this one. Cessna was sold at NASA. ADS? I don't know what ADS is. Be right back. So I'll take a quick watering break and be right back. There we go. Does it need the steering rings at the back? Aren't the thrusters enough steering? Great. You're ruining everything with your logic and your science. But yes, that is true. That is true. But it is also a good thing because then I can remove this and put it on that little tail there. So I would bring the tail a little bit down and put it there. Now I like that, okay. Look, I'm thinking maybe making this a little bit shorter. Making it a bit more spaceshipy. Something like this. It's this cool thing used on tanks. Aviation for active defense system. Okay. I knew them as PDCs, like point defense cannons from sci-fi. PDS, point defense system, you can also use. It's not bad. I know I say that a lot, but I think I don't mind. I like this here, like sort of this window that goes there. Something like that. I think that looks interesting. Okay, and then this is a little bit of a mess here, so I will probably have to redraw this. It's a perfect time to do like a different angle. Let's use a helpful little box for that. Is Romanian water as good as Dutch water? Not in the tap, no. Funny story actually. A couple of weeks before I left, I went to the dentist and we were talking about going on vacation and whatnot. And the dentist said that, oh, she also was in Romania, but yeah, it's too bad that the tap water is undrinkable. And I was like, well, it's drinkable. It's just here in Romania they fill it up with fluoride, I think it's called, fluoride, and it tastes like very strongly like that. So yeah, you can drink it, but it is going to have that very artificial fluoride taste. And yeah, So the water that I drink is, we have several actual wells within the city. I know at least of three. There's two in our sort of neighborhood and one further away. And a friend of my dad goes by there with a car every now and then and fills up a whole bunch of jugs with water. And we just keep it here next to me on the balcony. So what I did, I just stepped out and very disgustingly drank into the jug. You should not do that, so please don't follow my example. Um, so what this, I messed up the back a little bit, it seems to me. Should be a bit more like this. And then here we can drop it a bit lower, and something like that. Have you ever used Adobe Illustrator? Yes, yeah, quite often for work as well. It's just, since I don't really do illustration work and I am not big into rendering, I like the whole ideation part, the sketching out part. I don't really tend to use Illustrator that often unless a client really needs it. Can I make this as a drone? Of course. Of course you can. I don't do these for copyright or any sort of stuff like that. This is just for us having fun. You guys give me ideas. I'm playing along with them. You like the nose improvements? Good. I'm happy to hear that. I like them as well. Okay, so this was something like this, right? Let's not. And then we have this there, and those there, and then the nose there. And these are the engines. Now, it's a Cessna with a nose that's got acne. uh, Anything is drinkable, even defrosting liquids. I cannot recommend drinking stuff like that to anybody. Please do not drink defrosting liquids. Like, that should be the last thing that you drink. Well, actually, no, it shouldn't be any sort of thing that you drink. Where was I? Where was I? Here. So that should be like that, and I guess we would have a housing like this. Maybe add a little bit of stuff there. So I also decided not to put on music just because with this program that I'm using right now, I don't know how to just play the music from the desktop. And like last time, I was playing it through the laptop speakers, and then the mic was picking it up, and I listened back to it, and it sounded horrible. And none of you guys told me anything about that. So yeah, this time we're just, I guess I have to talk more, which is either annoying for you guys, or we can also do like sort of ASMR stuff. Like, try to be very gentle with my noise with my voice. I can do a little bit of and try Bob Ross talking about little happy mistakes and little happy trees and where they live and how happy they are, and like what they're doing, stuff like that, just to keep everybody entertained. I could do like something from below shot as well, just to help me with figuring this out a bit more. Let's see if we can do anything like that. So the body would come here. And then I need to move it a little bit because the nose will hit things there. Okay, deselect, back to brush. Happy ADS mistakes, exactly. Air defense system, yeah. Okay, so this would be the hangar area where our mechs, could be also just 2 mechs, I don't know how many we can fit in there right now. And this would be the nose. Actually it comes a little bit lower, right? It comes somewhere there. And then from here I think we had sort of a break in it. So it comes like that. And it comes a bit higher. And I decided to chop off a bit of it. So it goes like that, and it also goes up there. This is fun. I do enjoy like this sort of sculpting with lines, is what I would call it. But it also, like, if you have too much fun with it, these lines will add up, and after a while it's going to be a bit harder to see what you're actually drawing. But I feel like this would be the best view to because here you can also show the mechs hanging out there a little bit, just chilling. And always these cross-section lines will always help sell the form a little bit better. La Baguette, I wasn't on the previous stream, but I'm guessing people that were listening to the music were like, just smile away, voice, just smile away. Penguins of Madagascar, how I love those little animals. Well, now I realize that you draw an iPad. Yeah, it is iPad indeed. Maybe I should have put it up there as well. Oh, up there. That it's iPad Sketch. So here we would have this reinforced sort of military material. There's the engine, and there's the other engine. And due to Kim, we had to take away those nice wings at the back, because Kim needs to stick to realism, and he needs his wings to make sense. Thank you for ruining everything that's nice and fun, Kim. Really, really like having you here all the time. No, just kidding. Please don't go anywhere. It is a bit sad that, oh yeah, this is cool and I'm gonna draw this, and then once a mistake is like pointed out, then you see it as like, oh yeah, okay, I do have to do something with this, because it's just not gonna work. Yeah, I love La Baguette. I love Penguins of Madagascar. Actually, I watched the show as well. Actually back when I was back here in Romania, I bought all the episodes from our local pirate, I guess, and I really was dying laughing. Maybe construction mechs for building super tall skyscrapers. Farming mechs wouldn't be a military. Yeah, sure. Like, I mean, a lot of military equipment can be repurposed for non-military use, just like non-military equipment can be repurposed for military use. My wife said the same thing during Wingspan. Like to move it, Yes, I like to What was the king's name? Julian, King Julian. There you go. Julius? No, it was Julian. Okay, so this would be like the mechanical, some sort of harness that our mechs would be in. I think this is coming together now. So I start to like it more and more. We still might change things here and there, but that is also that is fine. That's how these things get. But I think I like the snows now. It is relatively distinct. It could be used a little. I like to think of these designs as like also like, if it can be like a hero ship, I'm happy. Not everything has to be a hero ship, but somehow I'm always happy about hero ship designs. There we go. Um, Eastern European detail is important. Dutch. No, Eastern EU, yes. Wait, what? I'm not sure I get that one, bro. Yeah. So this would be one of them. The other one, sadly, we cannot see, but we can still see this one. Actually, what I would do technically is just take this, copy, paste, and move it to there and transform, make it a bit smaller. And then you say, okay, deselect. The only thing that's a little bit annoying in this app is this deselection and having to pick the brush again. That's a little bit slow for my taste. King Julian, yeah. Don't you love the people? How many crews? So that's a good questions. I would say at least. So let me merge this down before we get into crew talk. Merge down bit there. Yes. So we would have one pilot and then a side pilot. Well, not side pilot. What is it? Co-pilot. I would say maybe one engineer for the ship as well, and then you would have. We said three mechs, right? So we said three mechs. Beautiful mechs. So that's three pilots. So one, two, three, and I would add a mechanic or engineer for each mech to be there for quick repairs. Uh, so yeah, that's six, but it's 9 people at least. But I feel like there's more fitting in here. I could have made it a bit more functional, I guess. Like something like really just as I started, like take a box that can just carry the max and just barely put anything around it. That would have been also a solution. Okay, here I'm to bring something fun. Maybe you can put a watermelon with feet on the steering wings. I don't know. Sometimes you guys say something so ridiculous that I just want to do it. No, actually I'm thinking one of those dancing watermelons. Something like this. and then it's holding a top hat. After this, I'm gonna go back to serious mecha stuff, as serious it can be. But this just sounded too good. I don't know how you come up with something like this. Okay, a smaller eraser. There we go. There we go. You have your watermelon. Uh, what is the most important to understand? Form to be able to draw from different angles. Oh, these are the questions that are the hardest for me because I draw just intuitively and I feel things. So it's quite hard to explain that. But I keep on saying that for me, at least the person, the easiest thing is if you know the cube, and then you can start rotating the cube however you want in 3D space. Once you can do that, then you can technically put anything into the cube and whatever form, like it can be like a weird sort of round form, and I can just rotate it along with my cube. Like I can also like rotate the cube all the way over here, and then I know that round form is going to be there, and then I can rotate it a lot more into that direction, and then I know my round form should be somewhere there. So I use my cube to reorient myself. So just basic perspective is what helps me the most, I guess. Decal, decal. No, I lost that one. Side pilot, the pilot that nobody cares about. Side beige. Oh, we can leave that, doesn't matter. Get back to here. I think the ship would probably need a games room in the ship for entertainment. What? No, no. Okay, let me finish this a bit more. Let's add a bit more detail. Like we could add, I think it would be like somewhat smart to have a gun emplacement down here as well. Just because, why not? Like it's good if it's going in hot somewhere and it just needs to spray a little bit on the ground so everybody gets out of the way, drop the max, and then get out of there. And then it could have like a ramp here for humans. Okay, I think I'm sticking with this angle. So what I'm gonna do is just make a copy of this. New layer. Paste. Maybe I didn't need to make a new layer. No, that was a bit silly of me, but like whatever. Edit, transform. Let's blow this baby up a bit. Still not super high resolution, but I'm fine with it now. And just start sketching over it. Let's see, did I miss anything else? Reminds me a bit of interior rooms in Edge of Tomorrow ships they got in with the Max. Edge of Tomorrow, Edge of Tomorrow. Oh yeah, yeah. That's why I saw it. Like it is. It did go a little bit generic in the end, but Mellon mechanics on board. But the interior is like so. That's the whole selling point of this one, right? At least in my opinion, that it is carrying these mechs. So if we wouldn't have the mechs, it would be just a really boring dropship. So I think it's good if we show a little bit what we're all about here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What we're all about? Yeah. I'm sorry guys, I promise I will not try to do that again. Come on guys, leave the melon alone. I love it. I try to do like serious, whatchamacallit, uh, mech design stuff here, and you guys care about that stupid melon. Just just shows you I should be drawing silly stuff all the time. Okay, another relatively interesting and important thing here as well is that whenever I start, and many other people I hear complaining about this and asking advice, when you start rendering, or not rendering, just doing the clean sketches, you get a bit too stiff. And yeah, that can happen. So you have to sort of keep that in mind, not to become too clinical with your lines, which I tend to do. So it's also like more of a reminder to myself than advice to you guys. Uh, Yee yee cowboy. I think the mech dropping mechanism is the selling point of the dropship. Next to the melon, yeah. Uh, what's the time? Okay. I guess 10. Let's do half an hour more. I think that's fine. Half an hour should be fine. Something like that. Maybe I think maybe this was no. It's okay. No details, Robert. No details. Move on. It's always a good sign when you start talking to yourself, and not necessarily just because you're in a stream and you want to entertain people. Yeah, that melon remnant there does look a little bit ridiculous. I'm gonna give you that. Well, that's funny. Just thinking back now, since I did this because I'm watching a whole bunch of Gundam anime. I feel like the Japanese designers or writers who came up with these anime, they just took a couple of English words that they thought, oh, this sounds cool if we put it together, and they made up these names for people and names for organizations that just sound super ridiculous. And yeah, if you're used to anime, you're just like, oh yeah, that's that's just an anime thing. It's fine. But I imagine if somebody else was here, like, what? What did they call it? Mm, actually, I didn't think about these jet engines, so I guess this is a good time to think about this a little bit as well. Um, all your base R belong to us, please, Kim. All your base R belong to us. You missed the crucial R there. Yeah, this dates you a little bit, buddy. Like I guess the younglings don't know even the meme, not to speak of where the meme comes from. I'm always happy when people bring up old stuff like this. There we go. A little bit of character to this engine. Take it away, add it back. Feel like I can make my brush. Let's go it up to 7. Yeah, you should be sorry, Kim. Like, you're butchering nice memes. And I'm quiet. Yeah, back to I need to talk. I need to keep you guys entertained. Don't want you running off on me. Um, yeah, let's do some questions and answers things. Sound off where you're from. It's been a while since I asked people who's from where. I know our Belgian friend Kim. I know a couple of Dutchies in here. Berna M. I don't know that meme. Yeah. uh, should I? Here. All your base are belong. What am I missing here? What did I write? All your base are belong to us. There you go. And then you have this nice guy here. It was basically a Japanese translation again that went a bit haywire. It's a good meme though. It's old. It's yeah, quite old. Sing Macarena and I'll be entertained. I'm not your dancing monkey. I am not your dancing monkey. Yeah, no, not there. Something like that. Still gonna be, I think we're gonna end on a relatively sloppy line art, but I think that's gonna be okay. Okay, come on, back to my. I'm still curious who's from where because I think Brenna, you are a fellow European. Then we have Roducci, who we know he's from Algiers. La Baguette, I'm guessing is French, but I would not swear on it. I am from all over the place. Right now I'm from Romania. Soon I will be from Greece. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting as well because now I'm still doing these. So next week there's also going to be a live stream if everything goes well. And then I will be going to Greece. And I don't know if I will be doing stuff from Greece. Try stopping the line art and start doing McHugh style painting on it. No, that would be stepping out of my comfort zone. Don't be ridiculous. We're not doing stepping out of my comfort zone now. Thank you very much. I'm not good with volumes. So if I don't see lines, I get lost. Transform. Rotate it a bit. Something like that. Okay. Hey Manuel, welcome to the stream. Long Beach, California. Oh, welcome from Long Beach. I have not been there. I've been to California, but and to LA, but not to Long Beach. And the perspective line looks off. Which one? There is no perspective line here. Ah, Bulgaria. Ah, so you were a neighbor of mine, and now you became a neighbor of mine again. That is nice. I lived in Germany for a year and then some time again. Good place. Belgium. Oh, nog een Vlaams. Wow, there's more and more of you, Kim. I will be staying in one place for so yeah, I will be staying in one place, and I will try to do like day trips out from that one place if possible. That's the goal. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, that is true. I do make you come out of your comfort zone. Mm, merge down. Is that the thing is? I mean, I would totally do it, but for the live stream, I want to be able to show something by the end of the live stream. I feel like if you would do some sort of one of those secret live streams, which are not secret, it's just like whenever I feel like spontaneously doing a live stream, like there I could do one. For some reason, I feel like a little bit of obligation here to have something to show for. I mean, what I could do is just throw this again into Simcom or Viscom, sorry, talking nonsense, and see what the AI can do with this rendering wise. I forgot that I wanted to have a little bit of an angle here. Something like that. Sorry to join late. I was playing Ghost of Tsushima. Come on, don't tease. I also want that DLC, but I can't get it till end of September, I guess. I will be busy. French bread, how are you doing? Don't start with. Come on, guys, please don't start with the puns. Give me a break. I'm on vacation. I deserve a pun-free live stream. Let's fix this. Let's fix this window a little bit so it's nicer. I think I can turn this off now. There we go, something like that. I'm not sure structurally it's smart to have like bent glass in a dropship, especially that point, but it looks okay. And we are about the style after all. I am missing all the time your secret stream. I don't get any notifications from YouTube. Yeah, I usually have them in the weekends, and sometimes I have them in the mornings. And yeah, since so that's the thing. Like those, I don't schedule, and since they're not scheduled, you only would get a notification if I'm online and you also just check YouTube at exactly the same time, coincidentally. Uh, I actually found a quick demo on YouTube of a time lapse from Q. If you want me to show, yeah, put it into the art stuff or the inspiration. Just tag my name so I have a pop up on Discord so I don't miss it. No, we hit it is under 20 actually. Yeah, we hit 20 once. I mean, I guess it's summer, and I just guess people are out there and doing more interesting stuff than sitting in front of the computer and watching a weird Eastern European guy draw. I mean, I wouldn't watch myself. We wouldn't want to punish you. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Why? My question is why do we need to use puns? Um, it's a lively stream. Come on. And YouTube's notification aren't very good. No, they're not. Also, like it's impossible to figure out YouTube. Like my Monday video, I've been talking with a couple of guys on the stream. I thought it would do well because I put like a lot of effort into the thumbnail and I thought it was funny. But yeah, it could be also the length. That usually I upload 10 plus minute videos, sometimes 20 plus minute videos, and this one was quite a short one. But then again, that's that. I'm on vacation. I'm not gonna kill myself to do a long video just to please the YouTube gods and their relentlessness. I really want to draw a mech now. What's the time? I think we can squeeze in a mech. I think that would be cool if I managed to do that. Especially if you say Eastern European guy, every now and then YouTube will surely not pop it up in American feeds. That's a good point. That is a good point. I should not say that. Oh, also Robert committed intergalactic murder on the Mellon, Manuel. Here's half of it, Manuel, if you wanna see. There was a full Mellon at one point, and we decided to half it. Okay, let me see if I come down here. Bigger eraser. Let's make some space for our Mac. Actually, here, let me take that one away. And then the big arms. Something like that. There we go. You have a lot of questions now. What about a high mobility Mac that can do super high or big jumps? Or maybe a refueling Mac for the dropship? As in like an extra Mac or a Mac that this one would be carrying? Also, just for people who are asking about how to rotate or how to volumes. Yeah, how do you do volumes? So as you can see in my head, I'm following these lines of my ship. So I'm trying to make sure that shoulders align there, the ends of the upper arms align there, the ends of the lower arms align there, my knees align there, and the feet start at that point as well. So this is what I'm thinking of when I'm drawing a mech. I'm trying to follow those perspective lines, and of course they don't have to be perfect, but at least if you try to follow them, you can give sort of this impression that the mech is in a correct perspective. Wasn't unanimous. Well, you know, that's what happens when you play on the wing of an aircraft. Horrifying things like that can happen. The Mellon should have known better. It was not my fault, it was just a work accident with a lasso tool. So, yeah. The Mellon will remain in our hearts. Oh boy. I will. Okay, okay, I'll bring the Mellon back. God damn it, with you people. It's horrible. I'll put it on a different layer though. I will change it a little bit though. I had a new idea for it. I thought, okay, so we don't want it to get hurt again. So we're gonna give him some, what are these, like, aviation, yeah, aviation glasses. And we're gonna make him a little bit of a dog as well, like with a flooping tongue. So your Mellon lives again, so I don't want to hear no more complaints. I'm gonna give him well, okay, so I wanted to give him a shawl or a scarf in English. But like where would you put a scarf on a melon so it doesn't look like a diaper? Because I wanted it to floop in the air a little bit like this. I guess this is the best we can do. Smaller eraser bitte. There. So the aircraft flips, drops the Mac upside down. No, no, no. So the Mac would be hanging in here. So we're just looking at it from below. It's like a dropship. So it comes in, drops the Mac, and flies away. And hopefully the melon stays there as well and doesn't fall off. That's at least that's the hope. But we know that we can't really trust melons. There, everybody's happy now. Melon. Hey, scarves are important. You don't want to catch a cold when you're up there. It's like it can get very cold. Okay, I can also draw in the neck now. Let's take away. Oh, I didn't draw it on a new layer. Well, great. Ah. Like what I liked about the old Gundams, at least the UC, is that they had some sort of skirt, and the bad guys had the Gundams with the skirt, or not Gundams, they were just mobile suits. So I'm gonna give this one a skirt as well, just because I find it hilarious. Don't call me dad. It's not acceptable, guys. Please. I feel old as it is. Now if you make me feel like I'm the dad of this stream, uh, I can't help it. My mom was always just forcing me. Well, not forcing me, just trying to take care of me. Um, if you are asking how he is such a good entrepreneur to become a millionaire, you always had seed. Oh, you are on a roll today, Rudici, aren't you? I got confused by the cockpit design. I thought the ship was upside down, but makes sense that everything is pointing towards the land. Yeah. I became interested in design. Any recommendation? What sort of design, Anas? There's a lots of sorts of design that you can like. I personally love furniture design. I also love interior design. I do like graphic design. I just know very well that I suck at it. A lot of things can be designed. You don't want to have it too rounded there. Uh, it will have the projection of the robotic testicles, which is the powertrain. I'm trying to become a water felon today. That's not so good. You had better ones. You had better ones. Industrial design. So, well, industrial design. I don't know what I would recommend. Like, if you want to talk about traditional industrial design, take a look at Brown stuff. Everything that was designed by Brown is pretty uh, legendary, I would say. So I'm trying to go off a little bit on the Xeon designs, which I don't know by heart. I just knew that skirt, and that they have like an interesting rounded head with some sort of uh, tubes. I don't know why they had tubes since they were robots, but they had the tubes and the red eye in the middle. So we're just gonna stick with that, and we're gonna put spikes on the shoulder things as well. My voice is going a little bit away. Has anyone watched the Pacific Rim here? Yes, I loved Pacific Rim, and whenever I recommend it, I just tell people that there is no second one, so if they see it, just avoid it, because it was done by a totally different creative team, and yeah, that shows. They just didn't have the heart, they wanted to make the money. They thought that big robots would make money, but then they did a big poo-poo movie. This would be the harness, something like here. I guess I'm not really thinking about it right now that much. Whatever, it's holding it there, it's okay. Yeah, second one was poop. That's a cool samurai skirt. Well, robot thanks you, I guess. He doesn't feel ashamed for having this skirt anymore. Um, Testicle protecting sheet. La baguette. Maybe it's a lady robot. Maybe this robot here does not have testicles. You do not know. Sechkin. Sechkin Paksoyu. Hello. Welcome to the stream. It's Gerbdam indeed. Uh, it is Gerbdam. Welcome, the redacted computer. Yes, so I'm just having a bit to as you can see, I'm always having too much fun with drawing mechs, and I get lost as soon as I start drawing them. Because I did want, the main thing of this thing was not to draw the mech, but to draw the transport thing. And I waste a bit too much time on detailing this here mech of ours again, feels to me. Okay, let's make that invisible, bring this one back. Yeah, I'm gonna hang it there. Let me see if we can duplicate this. Copy and paste. So it will be transporting to, I think it's okay if we just leave one now. I was a victim of the second movie, almost died during the Mac KS telepathically piloted by a gerbil named Greg. Why Greg? Who says lady robots don't have testicles? Well, lady people don't have testicles, so I thought neither do robots. But maybe I am wrong about my knowledge of lady testicles. Don't take it there, Lamaget. Sachin says, I'm an industrial design student. Did I make the right choice? Well, are you having fun studying what you're studying? That's the question, right? That's what tells you if you made the right choice or not. What I can tell you is that industrial design is very versatile, so you can find a lot of interesting and different sorts of jobs with it from industrial design. So if especially if you like it, I think you did make a good choice. It's always, do you like what you're doing? That's the main thing. And let's go back to 7. I have to jump into a meeting. Well, thank you for coming by, Manuel. Have fun in your meeting. Uh, I think you should hang them a bit. As in, do you think it's too high? Something like this. Yeah, I like that as well. Mondja.
Behetek egy...
Persze, nyugodtan, nyugodtan.
Mi az, amit kinyittam?
Lásson a kamera engem.
Ja.
I wanna turn this off a bit.
Beszélsz mindig?
Igen. So my dad just walked in and used my camera protection for a second for him. Anonymity and whatnot. I'm back. So this is the high production value, quality entertainment that you guys can expect from me and this channel. Every time I got a sci-fi prompt this month, I procrastinate. Where do you think this comes from? Maybe just you don't like sci-fi, which is totally fine. Were you more enthusiastic when your prompts were like sci-fi, not sci-fi, but like fantasy or modern stuff? It's very normal if you don't like something that you procrastinate a bit more. Thanks, Jonathan. Did I miss something? No. Okay, the gerbil pilot in the Mac is named Sven. I like Sven more actually for a gerbil. It's a better name. Jeremy, no. That is trying not to become famous indeed. Secret Romanian warlord. I doubt that's what he is. Would be funny though. Okay, let's just erase the lines here a bit. There we go. Everything that is not needed. I think that's pretty okay. I feel now that I looking at the size of our Mac. Am I on the wrong layer? Yes, I am on the wrong layer. I want to make these windows a bit smaller, and then I think slowly I will call it a night. Just because also my throat is a little bit dead from me trying to talk a lot. There we go. I'll make this window, and then we can maybe pull a window. Like we can suggest one here. Like there would be a window coming there, something like that. And then we could also have, like, I think because I drew one here. Let's see, where is my... I did draw one up there as well, so let's bring that one in as well. So I did draw one here, something like that. Okay, I think I will finish this up later, but I do like this, and this was fun. Thank you for the prompt, Jonathan. It was a good one. Let me see. Am I logged in on viscom.co? It was, I think. Was it viscom.com? Or I just don't remember what this was. Yeah, I don't remember. That is a shame. Come on. And let's try viscom.co. No. Okay. Well, maybe another time. In about 3 weeks, your art school is gonna start. Oh, okay. I didn't know you're going to art school. That sounds like fun. Where are you going? Rotterdam? At least that's the main one that I know. Okay, did I miss something? Ooh. I watched a good anti-art block video from Proco today. Well, Proco's videos are usually very good. Let's talk about the other genres. Yeah, well, I mean, it is good, Roducci, if you manage to fight through that sort of procrastination, but at least you know what you like and what you don't like. Isn't that robot a little big if it's coming from the inside? Oh, no, it's not coming from the inside. It's just hanging there. So the whole point was like you would have like three hanging robots or two or how many fit in there, and then it just drops them and goes off. Can I send a link here? I am not sure you can. It's not something I can control, but I don't. You can always just join the Discord and put a link in there and just make sure to tag me and I'll check it out. You should move the Mellon guy closer to the booster and make one of his arms hold it, just so he doesn't fly off. Well, he's leaning, he's leaning into the wind. Amsterdam. Oh, okay. I didn't know Amsterdam has a art school. Can we sponsor Robert with a melon farm company? What's a melon farm company? Jeetje. No melon farm company. But yeah, I'm a bit. I feel like I'm becoming a bit too tired, so I think I'm gonna call it a night. I like where this is going. I'm definitely gonna finish this either now off stream, or maybe we'll do a stream in the weekend and finish it there. But this was fun. Thank you for the great ideas, guys, and thank you for being with me with this fantastic setup that I have here. Yeah, wish a great evening to everybody, and yes, see you whenever I see you. Bye bye, guys.